In this video, we are going to look at Chapter 15 of Test-Driven Development by Example, and the title of the chapter is called Mixed Currencies. So in this, we're going to actually tackle 3 different items off our to-do list. So we're going to do the return money from 5 plus 5, sum plus, and expression times. So these are the tasks right out of the to-do list inside the book. And so we're going to do these implementations. So let's take a closer look at what we need to do. What we need to do is implement the plus method on the sum object. Remember from the last video, we just implemented a stub of that. And then we want to add the times method to expression, which means that we'll need to put it on sum as well. You can see here on the screen, I've written a test. So again, this test is right out of the book. And what we want to do is test the plus of money. So let's go ahead and run this right now, and we will see that he fails. And that is because we're getting a null pointer error there, which is not what we want. So let's go ahead and fix that. And that is because sum is returning a null out of the plus expression. So it should return a new sum. Like so. Now let's see if this is happy. So that gets that test to pass. Now we have a little more refactoring that we want to do. I commented this out, so I also added in this test. And here we want to have the times method. So if you remember on money, we have the expression times. So let's go ahead and copy that over. So now, of course, sum is going to need to implement that. Money already does. Before I forget, there's times. Let's add override to that. Just a good idea. And that's also an implemented interface too, so we can do an override there as well. So let's come back over here to sum up in the top window there on line 28. And this is going to return back a new sum. See, the implementation there is pretty simple. And now we can see that because I implemented those methods and provided it, that will now run. And I did take a small shortcut there. Previously in the videos, we were just putting in something that would get it working. I put in the actual implementation of that. So now that is our final refactoring. So let's come back to our tests. I'm going to come up to the top and say run all tests. And now we can see that we've got 12 tests defined, and those are running. And our code is all in green. And what we've done is gone through and gradually refactored to a better, cleaner model as we've refactored the code. And now we have a lot of really good test coverage. So let's jump back over to our to-do list. Now you can see that I struck off the 3 items that we were working on in this video. Now I've been going along with the book. We've got money rounding, a question mark to that, equals in hash code, and equal null. So we still have some bugs in there, things that we could add additional tests for and improve our code coverage. So there's definitely some gaps in there. But we are kind of at the end of the chapters, and I got the question here at the top of the slide, are we done yet? I'm going to say no, we're not done with this piece of code. But I think that through this exercise, you should have a really good grasp of doing test-driven development. So just a quick review of what we've been doing all along. Write a test. We get to working code quickly, and then we refactor to clean code. So I hope you can see, if you look back at the very, very early implementations of this, we had really, really ugly code. And then we gradually improved it and also increased our test coverage. So kind of this was done at a very much a more granular level than I personally work at. I do write the tests, but I will tend to favor writing the implementations more quickly getting to working code that way than stubbing things out. But I wanted to show you a number of techniques. The book shows a number of techniques. As you become more and more comfortable with doing test-driven development, you'll get more comfortable as to use what technique when. Sometimes you just want to put a quick one-liner in there, get your test agreeing, and then work on that. And I will do that when I have number of changes in flight, several different changes in flight that are working together. And I might stub something out and give it a value to return just to get it going, get my test green. And I might have, say, three different things to work on to get everything orchestrating correctly. But stub out two of them, get that one piece working, then come back to the other ones and do that. So everybody has a little bit different workflow. It's completely fine. I don't have a lot of judgment on that, but the big thing is to get your tests working, get them green, and then as you're developing, as you're touching code and developing, keep running your tests. Make sure that you're not failing any test. It's very easy to break things inadvertently, and then get yourself into a hole. So that's why we do test-driven development.